everyone. Welcome to Next Gen Data Aspirants Community YouTube channel. So today we are going to uh, explore you about few of the important DAX functions. So let's see what are those important DAX functions. Now here, if you see today, I'm going to explain you about previous running sum, moving average, and range. So here, if you see, I mentioned some star mark here at the end of every DAX function. So why I mentioned particularly star mark? So why? Because this all four functions is a visual level calculations, visual level DAX calculations. It's not our traditional DAX calculations where I can take new measure here. I can write some DAX query in the command bar. So this is itself, it will applicable for only that particular visual. That's why we call it this as a visual level DAX functions. So now let's begin. So let me go to another page. So here if you see, this is my matrix chart. So now what I'll do, so before going in and creating the DAX functions, let me tell you about from this here. If you see, I have a lot of tables. Let me tell you what are the tables which is going to use for this DAX functions. Now here if I go table view, so three dot orders here, if you see, this three dot orders is a table where you will find some e-commerce data, sales transactions data. Like here you can find ship date, ship mode, country, region, and product ID. Now here if you see sales, quantity, discount, profit, and all there. So by using this order date column, I created date table. So I created date table which is having date, year, and month number. So I build a relationship between these two table, one to many from dimension to fact. So which is having common column of date between these two tables. Fine. Now let me go to the visualization view. Now here if you see, let's begin. So let's see what is our first DAX function previous. Okay. So let me collapse my orders. Mm, so let me take date here. So let me take country here. Perfect. So let me rename this to country. Otherwise you will confuse. Now let me drag sales. So now here what I'm seeing year wise, country wise sales. So here there is a plus button. Why there is a plus button? So if I click drop down, now here you will see 2016 quarter. Okay, let me remove quarter and day. Now here you can see 2016 this month, this country having, so this 4,84,247,000 breakdown is here. So now under country, let me add region. So now it is drilled down already to the lower level in the rows. So if I want to drill down, because here I have two values, here I have two values. So select this drop down, select these columns and click drop this drill down. Now here you can see in the United States, this region having this much sales, and this month, this month, this month, this region having this much sales, that breakdown is here. So fine. Now please listen carefully. Now my requirement is I want to see the previous sales here, this previous sales here. So how I can achieve this? So for that, click on this horizontal ellipsis, go to new visual level calculation. Let's see, is there any previous? No, here we have one thing. This is versus previous, but we need direct previous, so it's not there. So let's go with custom. The moment I click custom, so here it is asking calculation previous sales. Okay, now let's take previous DAX function. So here we have lot of syntax options are there. So but the mandatory field is only we need to give column. Remaining whichever is presented in the square brackets, that is a optional, that is optional things. So now on what basis we are going to calculate this previous value? Sum of sales. Okay, so now let's close this bracket. Let's click execute. Now here if you see, initially here we have only value. Now for the first time you are seeing there is a one FX symbol. So and there is a one some column chart kind of thing. This is called visual level calculation. This icon is itself representing icon visual level calculation. Okay, fine. Now let's go back to the report. Let me expand this. So now here if you see, what is the previous value for January? This is command sitting here. What is the previous value for March? This one, 1233 sitting. So this is how it is calculating the previous value. Fine. Now, so this is going one step down. So if I want to I want to go two step down. Just simply click on this pencil icon. So here, put two. So two step down. Let's click OK. Now, if I go back and see, so now it is pushed to two step down. Now it is pushed to two step down. So this is how we can use previous DAX function for our calculation. So this is all about previous DAX function. Let me take a copy of this table chart. Let me open another page. So let me remove this. Now let me keep this. So here let me remove the country. So let me keep the region. So here let me remove month. Fine. Now here if you see, what is our next DAX function? Running sum. Now here if you see, here we are seeing the year wise, region wise sales. Fine. Now my client requirement is he wants to see the running total. He wants to see the running total. So usually in our traditional legacy DAX, we need to take a new measure and we need to create some calculate sum of sales, some you need to do you need to write a lot of number of codes. Now Power BI made it very simple. Power BI made very simple. So how we can do that? First, let's select this matrix chart. Go to this horizontal ellipsis. Go to this new visual level calculation. First, let's see is there any running total. Oh, here we have running sum. So what it is telling, calculate the sum of values adding the current value to the preceding values. Fine. Theoretical is I'm not understanding. Let's go with practical. Let's click on running sum. Now see, if we select the ready-made visual level calculation, it will give you the syntax. So here it's already there, running sum on based, running sales. So just select, click on this drop down. So on what field basis we are going to calculate this running sales? Sum of sales. Fine. Now let's click execute. Fine. Now the same way here, there is a symbol called visual level calculation. There is a symbol called visual level calculation. Go back to the report. Now let's cross verify. So for the first year, this is the value. So this is the, for the second year, ideally it should sum these two values. We are getting this. Let's go and cross verify. Now 103,838.16 plus next to 102,874.22. 206, 206, 71238 exactly matching. See, if you see exactly it is matching. So it is calculating the running total. In the same way for central, again for 206 and 137, again this value for this plus this. So this is how it will calculate the running summation. So running summation. So this is all about running summation. Fine. Now let me take, in the interest of time, let me take this chart. Let me paste it here. Now let me close this running sum. Let me replace this region with, for example, category. Now let me drag month number instead of month name. Now here you can see category wise, year wise, month wise sales. Okay, category wise, year wise, month wise sales. Now let's go to this tab. Now our next third DAX function is moving average. So now my client requirement is he wants to see the moving average. He wants to see the moving average for let's say for 6 months. Let's say for 6 months. So just click on this horizontal ellipsis, go to new visual level calculation. Let's see is there any ready-made function. Here we have a moving average. Let's select this. So moving average sales. Now you need to give two options. This is mandatory fields. So let's take field. So sum of sales, window size is, he wants to calculate the 6 months sales, 6 months moving average. Let's give the window size is 6. Let's execute. Now it is calculated here. If you see, initially only we have sum of sales. Now here it is added moving average sales. Now let's go back. So 6242.53 divided by 1. Okay. 6242 plus this divided by 2. This value ideally we should get. Let's go now. 6242.53 plus 1839.66 divided by 2. 4041. Yes, perfectly it is matching. Perfectly it is matching. Okay, fine. Now ideally what will happen? This plus this divided by 2. If it is sum, this three values divided by 3. For fourth value divided by 4. For fifth value divided by 5. For sixth value divided by 6. Okay, fine. Up to 6. Okay. Then what about after 6? Why? If you see here, we mentioned only 6 months. So what it will do, so if I want to total, it will take some time. So let me change this to 3 months. Let me change this to 3 months. Let me click execute. Now let's go back. Let me take calculator. Now this time, let me do the summation of 6242.53 plus the next in 1839.66 plus 14573.96. Okay, divided by 3. 7552.05. Fine. Now 3 months still okay. Now after 4 months, how it will calculate? After 4 months, just a minute. Let me take a snapshot. I will explain you in detail. So after 4 months, how it will calculate? So we define till this one. So after 4 months, it will calculate in this way. What is the 3 months from this fourth month? Fourth, third, second. And what is from fifth? Like this. So now let's verify this part. So now we need to total this three. We need to get this value. Now let's go to the calculator. So let's see 1839.66 plus 14573.96 plus then fourth month value 7944.84. Okay, divided by 3. 8199.48. Yes, if you see it is exactly matching. So this is how it will calculate. Now let me go to my this one. So here the moving average, so based on the window size it will calculate. So this all about moving average sales. Fine. Now let me take a copy. Let me paste it here. Let me remove this. I'll keep the same values year, month, category. Now let's see what is our DAX function range. Okay, fine. Now, so let's say if I want to calculate the same way, last 6 months running total, last 6 months running total. Okay, so I'll tell you what is the difference between this running total and this running total. So let me select this, go to this horizontal ellipsis. Let's go to the, do you have any range? No, we don't have. Let's click on custom. Now, so a range 6M cells. Okay, now let's take calculate. So once if you take calculate, it needs a expression. It is looking for expression. Let's take sum of cells. Don't take direct sum of cells because it's a column. Here we need to pass expression. Let's take sum. Now you can take sum of cells. Now filter condition. Here you can use a filter range. So for your kind information here, step is the mandatory, then include current access order by blank reset. Okay, so step means now we want to calculate last 6 months running total. So for your kind information here, the index will start with 0. If I want to calculate 6 months, let me go here. Let's take my pen 1, 2, 3, 4. If I want to calculate 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sorry, 5 only. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to specify -5. So let me go to my Power BI. Let me specify -5. And how I want to calculate? I want to calculate by rows. Let's select rows, close. Now let's execute. Now once if I executed, now here you can see this visual level calculation. Now let's go back. Let's go back to this. Now here if you see, it is unlike here moving average is calculating the moving average, but it is calculating the running sum. 6242 plus 1839, you will get this. If you sum this, you will get this. Let's take 6242.53 plus 1839.66. Now here if you see 8082. So in the same way we defined last 6 months sales. So till this, if you sum all the 6, you will get this. After this, how it will act? That is my question. So for that, if I want to cross verify, let me change the this one. So if I want to calculate last 6 months, what is which month, which number should I need to specify here? 3. Now it's a wrong number. I need to specify 2. Why 2? Index start with 0, 0, 1, 2. Then I need to specify 2. Now let's execute. Fine. Now let's go back. Now this time first 8082 plus this 1457. Okay, 14573.96 plus 1839.66 plus 6242.53 divided by 3, 7552. Oh, not. Oh, we need to calculate summation. 22656.15. So it is exactly coming. Sorry. No need to calculate here average. It's a running total. Fine. Now once the defined range is completed, how it will calculate? So let me take a snap of this. Hmm. So now how it will calculate? Let me take a arrow. So first it will calculate till this. Okay, till this. Once if it is completed, now for the 4th month, it will calculate like this. For the 5th month, it will calculate like this. It will go one step lower. For 5th month, what is the last 3 months? 543. Now let's do a calculate for this 432. Let me take a calculator. So 7944.84 plus 14573.96 plus 1839.66. 24358. See, if you see exactly it is matching 24358, 24358. So this is how range is. See, that's the difference between. So if you take for example direct running sum here, so we can't restrict the running sum. Why? Because there is no window size. But if I come here according to my requirement, so if I want to go last 6 months, last 10 months or last 8 months, I can define here. That's how range will work. That's how range will work. So this is all about range. Now let me go to my main page. So let me give you a recap. So today what we learned previous running sum, moving average, range. So these 4 are the visual level DAX functions. And what is visual level DAX function? So it should not be added to your data model. So I created this measure. So where it is added to my data model? It is added to for that visual level calculation only. So it is applicable for to this only this visual, not to other visuals or not to adding other data models. Okay, this is all about today's this 4 DAX functions. I hope you all like this video. Please comment this video. Please like, comment, share this video. Please subscribe Next Gen Data Aspirants Community YouTube channel. Let's meet in the another interesting video. Thank you all once again.